Hi, Doug Burke from Doug Burke's Tackle World here with Stuart Price. How you going, Stuart?
Yeah, good, Dougie. How are you, mate?
Mate, another week.
Another week.
A lot of
bad
rain.
weather this week.
A lot of rain.
We didn't have a fish off this week.
No, we didn't actually.
Ah.
And let's get
So
ready
that's 2 weeks you on top. I'll give you 2 weeks on top and then I'm back.
Give me a lot more weeks now to catch up to me, Stuart.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get on to it. So guys, the weather this weekend is exactly like 2 weeks ago where it was just like bliss. It was
Glamour.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And we've got the same thing happening again, supposedly. So Saturday,
Yeah.
2 to 8 knots, and I think a little tiny bit of wind at night, not much. And then Sunday morning is absolute blinder again. And Sunday morning is a little bit of wind coming out.
Yeah.
It sort of depends which
On whether
information.
you look at.
Yeah, whether chart you look at. And then it drops out again Sunday afternoon. But I think Sunday morning will be not too bad. A bit of west in the morning. So if you're going out wide, you might have a bit of rough water a little bit. And
Yeah.
it'll drop out during the day as the day goes on. So guys, also matched with that, same as a fortnight ago, we've got the hot bite. So we've got 3 fish symbols, which is like really hot bite, all day Saturday and Sunday morning to mid morning. So we've also got a little bit better swell this time too. I think the swell's about a metre through,
Yeah.
metre and a half on the steps maybe. And we've got no current. A little bit of running to the south on the 50s and a little bit running north on the deep water tropic area. So it all shapes up to be pretty good. I give it about probably an 8 out of 10 weekend for weather. So yeah,
That's not bad.
yeah. If I had a fish this week, I'd probably give it a 9 if I beat the street. But anyhow, that's next week. So guys, we're going to tell you all about what's happening. Well, actually, we can't tell you much because we haven't had any
No, the
reports.
weather's been bad. But we're going to tell you about what's going to happen.
And what happened within the previous
Yeah.
week. So, go back to the previous week first. So, 2 weeks ago on that Saturday, which is the same as this weekend, same tides. This weekend's even a bit better because you've got the moon in the sky all day. Okay, the moon was at night time last night.
Yeah.
So, the moon in the sky all day, but you won't see it because it's a new moon. You won't just see it. But anyhow, it's when the fish bite. So, I would suggest snapper. I guarantee we've had that big flush out on the Gold Coast. And I dare say the close in reefs, like 18 fathoms, maybe 24s.
Yeah.
We'll be holding good snapper. Early morning, Stu.
Early morning. You want to be out there as that sun's cracking.
Exactly right.
Yeah. You've
So-
got to run in tide early, so the seaway will be better to cross.
Yep.
As well, we always say, if you're not 100% confident, just wait until there's a bit of sun so you can see.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yep. Do 2 things. Jump online. If you go in the dark, you jump online, check out the Wave Rider Buoy at Southport. Okay. It's Gold Coast Wave Buoy. You'll see a type in or Southport Wave Buoy. And you can see what the swell's doing. It says it's like 2 metres on the set, so 2.5. I'd probably wait to daylight. 100%.
I probably would too.
Yep,
Yeah.
and on the running tide that is, and check the wind. And if you go to latest weather observations with BOM, and that'll tell you what the weather's doing current at the time when you're watching it. It's live, but now every 10-15 minutes it updates, and there's a gust comes through, it updates straight away.
Yeah.
So it'll tell you what the wind's doing at seaway. And if you're going to go wide for the day, just jump on and look at Cape Morton, and that's pretty the same longitude as what you will be at in, say, 150 metres, and you can see what the wind's doing out there as well, or
Yeah.
Cape Byron, one or two. So do that, and if you do all of that, you pretty well got it nailed if it looks good. Just go and do it. Yep. So snapper in close, fish really light, fish float line sort of thing, which means little ball sinker, 2 snell hooks, 5.0, 30 pound fluorocarbon leader, 40 pound max, and just feed it down with a belly trap. Chop up its fillies. That's if you're anchored or spot locked. If you're going to drift, I just cast up in front of the boat and let it come down with the
Yeah.
bail arm open, using little, 4,000 or 5,000 size spin reels, and sort of like a heavy flathead type rod.
Yeah.
And having a great time. Yeah, give that a go. If you want to put some of the Canis jigs out, like the ball type jig with the skirt on it, just drop them down to the bottom, one up, one turn. I'd probably suggest you're fishing under 50 metres, about a gram a metre. So if you're in 50 metres, you might want to use 50 grams or 40
Round
grams.
about, yeah.
Yep. If you're in 80 metres, you might want to use 80 to 100 grams. Just depends on the wind and the current.
Yeah.
Give that a go. Just put the rod holder, one click, just tiny off the bottom, on the bottom sort of thing, so the rod's loaded, unloaded sort of thing, and I'll just jump on, okay? And or you can go at this weekend, seeing the weather's so good, to go at soft plastics. You can also go out on the slow pitch jig, which we'll talk about in the seminar coming up next month, and that'll all work as well. If you've got a bit bigger boat, you want to go 36 fathoms through, I'll be fishing 36 northeast or east. And probably the back side of 36 because this time of year you get really big pearlies there.
You do, yeah.
Yeah, and a few kings and stuff like that, cobia. So it's up to you guys where you want to fish on the 36 fathoms, but that's the go. Stewie, the dolphin fish, have you heard much of the 36 fathoms?
Yeah, so there's still a fair few around 36 fads and the 50s fads.
Yep.
The size isn't big, it's
Mm.
smaller.
Okay.
But there's still heaps there.
Be like our flathead. Anyhow, we'll keep going then. So, so guys, if you go to the 50 fathom fads, they're sorry, Stu, I had to keep that one too much. 50 fathom fads, they are bigger there, Stu. They're getting back up to doggy size. So they're around the 80 centimetres with a few little ones as well. The pearl is really good there, Stu. We've got some customers 2 weeks or 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, got pearls up to 60 centimetres fishing at 100 metre lines.
I can't believe this. This is 2 weeks this has been going. It's long enough. If it didn't rain on Tuesday, you would have been bloody last placed again. Second out of 2 people. Anyway, let's keep going.
Sorry, folks. Okay, we're going to got the inside yet?
No.
Fishing.
But yeah, no, the out
pearl-
wide,
pearls are good.
bigger
Yep.
pearls.
Yeah,
Plenty
so
of them.
fish on the outsides of the 50 fathoms reefs and in that 95 to 125 metres.
Yeah.
Anywhere you find that wire weed, you'll find the pearlies. Okay, this time of the year that is pearlies on. Good. Okay, so the other thing too, guys, I had a couple of customers fished also that weekend 2 weeks ago. That quite a few customers actually fished both east and northeast on the 50 fathoms jigging, the
Yep.
kings, absolutely smoked, got blown away. A couple of good fish around the 15, 20 kilo mark, like big kings, I mean big fat ones, and amberjack as well starting. So they're only small amberjack, but they're starting, so it's just really good. Both are delicious sashimi, so if you get them, put them straight on ice, brain spike them, and perfect, cut the throat.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's it for that type of fishing. What was before we go out deep dropping? Well, I'll just talk quickly about inside the mackerel. So everyone's asking, are the mackerel still on? Hey, we don't really know, but I can tell you that they did catch some. I think one of the boys was out from the Sportfish Club. Anyhow, he was out on Monday, and I think it was spot and a Spanish before that
Yeah.
rain came on Monday night.
Yeah.
And there's obviously fish there. He's had a quick fish. The wind's pretty rough. And Benny it was. Benny. Yep. And so there's mackerel out there. I would dare say it's still there. The water has dropped colder. I'm thinking it's around 22 degrees at the moment in close. And I know the broadwater's down to about 18 in most areas. So that's where the flatties are on. So anyhow, getting back to offshore. If the mackerel are on, you'd be definitely trying out the front on the 12 fathom reef. They actually got them on that Saturday and the Sunday morning apparently on the bait reef
Yeah, they did.
on 12 fathoms.
Yeah.
Spotties and the odd Spanish as well. So hey, it's not too late. These are the guys that I've been in the area that are still hanging around, or the ones coming back from down south back up north, because the water's getting too cold and they're hightailing it back into the warmer water. So maybe we're trolling some baits around, some garis or saris or whatever, slimies around. Slow troll. We've got the rigs here for that if you need it, and give that a crack.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to show too, dolphin fish at the fads. If you want to cast, I'll go back to lure fishing again. If you want to cast, get some little stick baits like these type of fellas, okay? They work really well, or you can get some little
Yes,
big
little.
type minnows like this type of
So
thing.
they're sinking, so they cast a mile,
Yep.
and you can just work them back a bit subsurface,
Yeah.
and it covers
Yeah.
a lot more ground.
Yeah, most of those lures are around 40 grams, so you can actually sit about 50 metres off the fad and cast to the fad.
Yeah.
Let it sink a bit and bring it back past the fad, and that's when you catch them.
Laughing,
Yeah, you catch them lots. Give that a go. If you're going to go troll, maybe for some longtail, because we get longtail tuna this time of year as well in close, and the Wesley Sunday morning definitely really good. Wesley's a good win for tuna, guys. Okay, in close that is. These one little skirts like these type of guys here. Okay, and we've got a whole range of these colours and all types, and heap of lizard stuff as well in that same sort of stuff. And they'll work. Just keep your skirt around that 4 to 6 inch size max.
Yeah.
And troll around about 8 to 10 knots. Drop it back a long way back behind the boat, around about 60 plus metres, maybe 80 metres, you know. And just troll where the birds are. Generally outside the green zone though, but generally in that sort of 15 to 25 metres depth.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Okay. Give that a go. Okay, we're now going to get to deep dropping. So we're doing a deep dropping seminar tonight. This is Thursday night before the weekend, of course. And the boys that went out deep dropping again on that weekend 2 weeks ago. Absolutely
Smashed
grind everything. So guys, jigging got heaps of fish. I saw Jimmy got heaps of They got everything.
Cod,
Blue
Alphonse,
Blue Eyes.
Blue Eye.
Yeah, Blue Eye Trevella. They got everything. And that was on jigs. And then the guys that were bottom fishing with electric reels. Like guys, we sell the combos here already set up. All you got to do is buy a rig and a single and attach it to it. Okay, they're all preset. We show you everything how to do it. And I would suggest if you want to get the deep dropping and you can't make it to tonight's seminar, is to watch the seminar on YouTube when it comes out, and that'll give you some insight about how to do it, what to do. And but it's a great new frontier. There's so much ground out there, which is we're exploring all the time. Unfortunately, with the new mapping coming out, and Navionics charts are just incredible. You just see everything. Really shading. You see, it's like 3D. It's like looking at the bottom with the fish through a fishbowl bottom, and you can see everything in full detail. If you're grain of sand, so it's pretty good. And talking like 400 meters deep or 500 meters deep. Okay, so yeah, that's another thing. But the deep dropping is fantastic at the moment. Trolling it there, a few blue marlin around too, Stu.
Yep.
There's been a few. Actually, I spoke to a guy just a couple of days ago. Said the black last time he was out the FAD 13, which is the 50s northeast. There was like marlin there just smashing into the dolphin fish.
Yeah.
So there's quite a few marlin around too. So I'm trolley skirts around at that 100 metre line, 80 metre line.
Be worth a shot.
Yeah, give it a crack. Or the back line 36s, again 65, 70 metres deep. Okay, that's about it for offshore. Spam crabs haven't heard much. But it should be there.
It should be there.
Yeah, it should be there. Okay, there's not much current, so it's worth a crack on those two. Okay, let's go inshore jumping pins, Stuart. The favourite grounds. The ground I actually smashed you there a couple of weeks ago, but anyhow, let's get on to it. Stu,
It's the ground where I've smashed you many a time.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
Okay. Look, we haven't heard much since all that rain, but I did see a customer put up some stuff there yesterday. He fished up there. It was still very clean on the high tide.
Yep.
So I dare say it would still be clean on the high tide, but it's going to dirty up a fair, reasonably quickly.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a couple of hours either side of that tide where it's going to be fished pretty well.
Yep.
Definitely fish that clean water coming in.
Yep.
You want to kind of start off around the pin bar itself and follow that clean water as it moves in.
Yeah. So strangely enough, guys, when we had that big rain on Monday night, Tuesday, we had like 160 mil on the ball down in the Gold Coast here, and I think in the Logan they had 60 mil.
Yeah.
So the dirty water's really more affiliated to the big tides at the moment when you're moving.
Yeah.
It always gets, the jumping pin area has a bad habit of having dirty water on big tides.
Yeah.
So as Stewie said, you get a window in the morning on the high tide, and then it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So give that a go. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go to whiting. Any whiting, Stu?
Yeah, it's still been a few whiting up in the lagoons up the pin end.
Yep.
It hasn't been bad. It's definitely getting cooler.
Yep.
So there's not as many. Size isn't as big, but it's
Yep.
still there.
Yeah.
Definitely still there.
Yep.
Heaps of flatties around that same area.
Yeah.
Dougie, if you're going to cast flatties, mate.
I've got a few lures here in front of me, and
Yeah, man.
like I keep going to Fuse. The Fuse is just
It's pretty hard to beat.
They're just hard to beat.
Yeah.
These fellas. And they're one of my go-tos. Obviously, they can't get them anymore, but we still have stock. But they're getting down.
I like different stuff, though. You like product testing, mate. You know.
And we have these already come out in the last couple of months, and they've been very, 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 very good.
The cast ones, they've been working really good. They're a good little shad pattern. They've got a little rattle in them as well, Dougie. So a bit of added noise, mate.
Yeah. I've got some really good colours. I've got natural colours as well. And they're really good bang for buck too.
Yeah.
Stu, we do have a special on squidgies at the moment. These are the like the 10x type squidgies, the stretchy type one.
Yeah.
In many different shapes, sizes, and types. You got like prawn type, paddle tail type, and I can't emphasise enough this year to keep your lures small at the moment. The Budbone Wriggles, they're like three cracks for $20.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Yeah, and they work well. They're really good. But yeah, flatties at the moment. They were like at the western blocks around that Cabbage Street Point area with a bit of rain, a little bit of big tides that maybe pushed out towards the front a bit more, Stu.
Yeah.
So maybe around Russell Island, backside of Russell, north side of Russell, and maybe down around the back end of Tiger Mullet, and that sort of area, maybe leading up towards the start of.
I'll be looking around like Wally Scudder and all that.
Yeah, Wally Scudder
too.
Yeah, that sort of comes off Tiger Mullet there. Yeah, that sort of area. And about another few weeks time, then I'll be out the front a bit more.
Yeah.
There, so. Crabs wise, I've had a few muddies in the Logan, but not big lots. I put my pots out up down this end of town after the rain straight away. on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I only got one muddy and a pot stole. I moved him now to sand crab area.
Yeah.
So, see how they go. One big muddy keeper that was, and a few little ones. But Broadwater, Stu, we're coming to Broadwater, so what's happening down here, mate?
Yeah, so still a fair bit of still a lot of flatties down this way, Doug.
Yep.
Definitely. Like around that order shots, never fails type region. This time of year there's always really good numbers. Northern banks around Crab Island been fishing pretty good as well.
Yep.
On that high tide. Lots of bait around that area. So you want to try to find all the bait in the water,
Yep.
and then the flatties are going to be pretty bloody close.
Yeah, so you're going to get that bite in the morning on this weekend around about sort of 8 o'clock on the high tide.
Yeah.
Maybe the seawall's worth a go.
Yeah.
It's early days for out the seaway, but maybe worth a go.
Yeah.
Definitely, like Stewie set up towards the Alder shots, Browns Inlet, Couragey maybe.
Yeah.
Opposite Crab. Give that a go. Trolling lures, really good. Later in the day, so as the tide drops, I'll be casting at the start, plastics. Then as the tide drops down, sort of midday when it's out a fair bit, I'd probably troll the banks.
Yeah.
Stewie, you're into those sort of things there?
Mate, I don't mind these little diver Steve shads. I'd probably do it the complete opposite. I'd probably troll first and cast later, but anyway, you know, you get that.
Okay. So I catch them all last time. So guys, this is a Shimano Bantam. These are a great little one as well. So we've got Dyer and Shimano and the same sort of product, little shads. Both get down around about 2 to 3 metres. So they're great little lures. Trolling them in around 1 metre to 3 metres deep. Yeah, sort of 3 to 10 foot deep. Give them a go. And Stewie, squid.
Squid.
I don't
Now
know,
you're a
squid.
bit of a squid whisperer, Doug. You like it.
Oh, it's just like my flatties, mate. So squid whisperer. So Stewie, yeah, thank you for that, mate. So nice gesture.
Mate, I thought I'd be nice, and then you just shoot me down the flames again. But it's all right. Yeah.
So, guys, the squid have been on. I went out Monday morning early. I've been every day this week actually, really quickly. I'm out at 5:30. I'm back at 7:30 with the kids' school again.
That's why I time on the water. I get 1 day a week while I'm doing the shop for you, and you're out there every second day, mate.
Well, I'm doing the other
Well,
half,
every day.
product testing. Stu.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm trying to catch up to you, mate, on your skill.
Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Dougie, what jigs have been working, mate? You got
Mate,
some different ones here.
I have got some. So a couple I've been really doing well on at the moment. I've actually 3 here. These are my 3 go-tos at the moment. If you can see those guys. They're Shimano clinchers, which have got that flash boost in them. So if you can see that shaking on the top 2 there, that metal insert.
Yeah, it's like a little mirror on some
it's
springs.
a mirror, yeah.
They flash. It
Yeah.
looks like there's a little flashing light in there, but the light never goes flat.
A bit like in my head, Stu, them turns on. Anyhow, so that's what you're going to say the next one. I beat you to it.
This one here, Dougie's got
This
a
one,
rattle.
yeah, it's got a rattle and a glow. So this is the Ikat one. This is a really popular squid jig and a really popular colour as well. And they're reasonably priced. They're at about, discount about $12 or something like that. They're good. But guys, it's a matter of knowing where to catch the squid. And my suggestion would be to try around 3 places. Front of Bayview, Bigger Creek area, down towards the yacht club where the boats are there in the main channel.
Yep.
You're in the deep part of the channel. You're not casting the weed and shallows. These are in the middle of the channel, deep water, arrow squid. Okay, and the third place would probably be down around Rhino Bay Marina.
Yep.
In front of the channel there. They're starting to rock up there as well. They're getting bigger, and I went out Monday morning, as I was saying before. Real quickly, I had 45 minutes. I caught 7. I dropped 2. So I got 4 on 4 casts actually, like I did on the floaters. Anyway, yeah, they're all good. Anyhow, I had to go. I had to leave them. My mate turned up. I don't know how he went. I just had to find out how he went because he dropped up as I was leaving. Anyhow, so plenty of squid around. They're delicious to eat. They're great fun to catch. Great for the kids, and it's a fairly active thing. You're casting, whining all the time. So they're worth a go. Yep. So on the high tide, there is a bit of dirty water around, guys. So it needs to be between the Rhino Bay Marina and the Gold Coast Bridge at Sundale there. That's where the clean water is on the high tide.
Yep.
You go any further than that either way, it gets a bit dirty.
Yeah. Too dirty. Squid don't like dirty.
They hate it. That's right. So yeah, just give that a go and see you go. So talk in the morning, go out at 7, come back at 9:30. Hope you got half a dozen nice squid. Yeah. Stewie, down the Broadwater, you've been using the prawns on the
prawns.
floaties,
Just vibing, mate.
Yep.
Just standard vibes, and the little prawn vibes have been working really well. It's got that tail end of the prawn season, Dougie, so it's definitely that's what they've been eating. So
I actually come in the canal Rhino Bay there today, this morning, and when I come through there, right at the entrance, I saw the seagulls hovering and diving on the water. thought I'd chase some little bait fish. I actually chased some prawns. I saw them showering on the top.
Yeah, right.
But they've got little greasy prawns about so big.
Yeah.
I didn't have my cast net, but that's the way it is. But they were scattered on the sounder everywhere, so the fish had broken them up. There was actually tail chopping, jumping, and it was all happening. And then they just disappeared, sort of, as soon as I rocked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of action happening because of that big fresh we just had.
Yeah.
So I think the fishing this weekend's going to go off. It's going to be really good. Yeah. Whiting wise, the river's been a bit quiet. A few whiting at the back of Wade Break and around the banks opposite sort of Southport, Labrador areas, but not too bad.
Yeah.
High tide morning, great tide again. Get your yabbies, no sinker, fish the banks, shallow water. Give that a go. If you're land based, there is a new squid spot. That's true.
I'm not going to say anything, so you've already spurted it out.
Okay.
Look, you get them land-based all along the green and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Out the front of Bayview Towers, it's always been a bit of a tried and proven.
Yeah.
I had to walk along there the other day. There's a bit of ink on the ground, so it's a good sign.
Yeah.
But Dougie, you got to finish it now, mate. You got to finish it.
So it is a land-based spot. So the other day I went down. My son and his mates were fishing down at the Seaway for sharks off the rocks, and they wanted a paddleboard to paddle out and drop the bait into the Seaway in the pitch black on the run-out tide. I thought they're crazy, but they're young. That's the way it is. Anyhow, so they actually got a shark and they got a groper actually as well. Obviously got a go. But on the way out, I'm driving out. I haven't been in there for a few months, guys. Okay, so there's lights and the end of Buns Bay. And what's that? And then I drove a bit closer. I realised it was a jetty with about 20 people fishing on it. And so I didn't have time to go and pull up and have a walk down there, but I will next time. But hence a few of my customers who haven't been telling me about it, but now have told me about it because I mentioned it, have been catching a few squid off there at night time with the lights. It's a bit like Southport Pier. Southport Pier is great for that too. Yeah. Over at the other side of the Broadwater. Anyhow, Stu, they catch other fish there too, apparently.
They catch a few other things, but we're not going to mention that. That's next week.
Oh,
but actually, I had a look down there on Tuesday night. And they
did you go down and have a look, did you?
Yeah, I did, but the water's really dirty already.
Yeah,
the water needs to be clean.
Yeah, it needs to be clean,
Yeah.
Yeah, would have been wet on Tuesday night.
Yeah, it was alright.
Okay. I actually don't drop it on Monday night, 14.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyhow, land based, the surf this weekend perfect for it. 1 metre waves, not much sweep. Water's clearing up a bit. There's been some good tailor caught on the beach in the afternoon, just on dark. Down at SeaWorld there, or just opposite SeaWorld on the main surf beach. There's a good hole there at the moment. Yeah. And there's one down at other side of the main beach as well. So give that a go. Maybe Narranak's worth a look at as well for Taylor. It's only early days. Normally we're talking June, July, but they're around already. There's a few around already. The water's got quite cold, quite quick. I don't know about the same El Nino.
They've changed it.
Yeah, it's going to get warmer. But I've never seen it go cold so quick.
No.
And it might be just syrup. I don't know. Okay. Anyhow, so guys, enjoy the weekend. Get out there. Get a few. Before we go there, got about freshwater stew. Sorry, mate. I'm too busy thinking about what I'm going to give Stuart next to my banter, you know.
So, I haven't heard it too much.
Concentration job.
I haven't heard of heaps.
No, so I saw Mel and Mick went up there. They got some good bass.
Yeah, they got some bass actually.
They got some good ones.
Yeah.
Now I checked the dam measurement this morning. It had risen a fair bit to 92%. It's not overflowing, so that's why the water, once that runoff's gone into the water, it'll clear up pretty quick in the Broadwater. So we're lucky there. And water now is quite a good level. So I'd definitely try the hens because once that water rises maybe half a metre up onto the grass or whatever, all little bugs come out and surface fishing's fantastic.
I love it.
Yeah. Early morning, late afternoon. So if you want to go do that, go down on the weekend maybe, give it a go.
Yep.
Otherwise it's tilapia around.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we've covered everything. Okay. We've got garfish, but there's a few garfish around as well. It's good tide this weekend for a high tide.
Yeah. Plus they're running.
Front of Bayview, right opposite the squid area. Yeah. Okay, give that a go. That's about it. Okay, don't forget to tell your friends about our fantastic YouTube page and our Instagram page, and they'll learn heaps from it just like you will or have. And we appreciate you doing that. That's great. Thank you. Price-wise, we look after the best price here on anything. Okay, and we've all the information. We don't hold back on anything. We probably tell too much. I'm sorry for the guys that we maybe describing the spots too in brief, too much. Anyhow, that's it. Take care. Enjoy the weekend, and we'll catch you next week with Dave from Dagbets Tackle World and the team here, Stewie, Grice, and all the boys and girls here. Thank you very much.
Bye.